You are watching a master at work.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. I'm your boy, Professional Sutton.
And I'm your boy, Chris G.
And
the Rucker Report is in the building, man. You know, this is like usual now. Like I said, they don't let me in, so they can't get me out. I'm that guy on the couch that won't leave.
So we wanted to move to NBA. Our other segment was NFL. Mm-hmm. You know, we're gonna talk about some NBA and what's going on thus far. You know, D being an NBA connoisseur he is. You know, we're gonna open up the floor to him. You know, we're gonna let him open it up. You know, we usually when Chris had the Mets sting and you know he was we gave him some nice Mets music. You know what I mean? It was it had
somebody drop one of Clues bombs.
Yeah, there we go. On cue right there, baby. On cue. But so you know we let Chris do his thing, but you know we're gonna let you. I mean, of course we're gonna be with you, but I want you to call out. I want you to call out some of your people who be getting on you on social media, at the cookouts, at the bar mitzvahs and baby showers.
Listen,
I want you to get them, man.
I'm just gonna get right to it, man. I mean, shout out to the boy Rich London. You know, the biggest LeBron /Heat /Cavs /Cavs again whoever got the first pair of Jordans out that dude. You know, shout out to him for you know his sports intelligence. I give him. Shout out to my man, the OG Phil Plummer. You know, Phil gets it in. You know, he got an NBA family, so he know a lot about the game. So I respect their opinions. Yeah. But a couple of things I just want to check real quick. So, you know, now without further ado, I mean, I think we should just get into Rich's favorite sport, of course. LeBron and his hairline. No, I'm just.
Don't you do it, man. I'm a LeBron fan. Don't you start, man.
LeBron in general. Okay. So the debate has been going on for a couple of weeks now about who is the best player in the league or in the world. So LeBron, you know, put us on notice last year that he was, and I can't say that he didn't back that up. I think the evolution of Steph Curry has people thinking like, man, Steph just might be that dude. And then I'm going to go with my man Chuck said the other day that I thought was kind of crazy. He called Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world.
Shouts out to my boy Kenny Forster, because before Chuck made that statement, he hit me personally and said, yo, Kawhi Leonard is the best NBA player right now. Shout out to him, man.
So I'm going to get right into it, right? With all that being said, I think it depends on what you're looking for in terms of what you like as the top player in the league. I mean, LeBron does do it all, right? Mm-hmm. Steph has definitely changed the game. I'm not going to call Chuck crazy on this, man. I'm not going to say that Kawhi's the best, but I will say this. In terms of a guard/small forward that has come in the game and has physically imposing on other guards and small forwards, there hasn't been one. Kawhi puts me in the mind frame of Scottie Pippen. Scottie used to get into his face and let it happen. Ooh. And the fact that the dude now has an established offensive game, he's now the Spurs' number one offensive option. So we got to pay attention to that. I think we also got to pay attention to the fact that while we in the midst of this Warriors run trying to catch the Bulls, the Spurs have only lost 6 games. The Spurs have won the last 30 games at home. The Spurs signed LaMarcus Aldridge this summer, which gives them another big body when they had Tim Duncan and David Robinson.
Plugging him into their system.
So, I mean, what y'all want to talk about? Because I don't think there's a clear-cut favorite right now. And the Warriors seem to be slowing down. I don't know if it's rest. I don't know if it's just them being that tired. But right now, I mean, Steph was shooting from half court last night, but they lost to Detroit.
But
wait, well, hold on.
So
the Warriors lost the game?
I don't know.
The Warriors lost to Detroit last night?
Warriors lost to Detroit last night. And you got to give it up because it was probably because of Ben Wallace night. He got his jersey retired last night. They seen somebody come out the locker room with an afro. You know, it was a whole bunch of questionable things going on last night.
Yo, I did not know that they lost to Detroit last night.
Now, but didn't you say that earlier? I think last month, to be exact. Didn't you say that the Golden State will have a better record than the Bulls will?
I still think they can. I still think that they can. They're still on pace.
That's true.
They're still on pace to equal that record. The other thing that you got to look at too, think about it, man. Any in the history of the league, there've only been 3 other teams to start the season 36-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
76ers with Wilt Chamberlain, the Lakers with Wilt Chamberlain, and Jerry West, and everybody else, and the Bulls. True. The thing that you can say about those 3 teams is they all went on to win the championship.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But they didn't have a team like the Spurs
in their way
to contend with. They didn't have a team that, listen, depending on what Russell Westbrook wears to the game, we could beat them. You know what I'm saying? If he ain't got the shiny shoes on, we gonna beat them, son. You know what I'm saying? My man, what they call him, Lil Rage, he get it in. But so it's a lot of parity. Even though the Warriors are killing people, there's still a lot of parity in the league that people got to talk about. And as far as that number 1 claim to that spot, Brian got some company that's on his heels, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, D-Rock? I didn't know. I don't like this loss, yo. I'm looking at it right now. I don't like this loss at all.
No, what?
Why
not?
Listen, it's all right if a bad team beats you close. You know, you were playing down to the level of competition. I mean, first quarter, 30-27, Golden State. The next quarter, the Pistons, 38, Golden State, 19.
But do remember, clue reference, we did say that Detroit was one of those teams that's going to give people problems. We did say that, though.
Hold on now. Hold on. You are right.
We did say that.
We did say that.
Drop one of Clues bombs, please.
You drop one of Clues bombs on that. But also, what you need to remember, also the key thing you need to remember about the Detroit Pistons is they're the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, but
they're not good. They're not good.
I mean, I can't dispute that. But
listen, I just man, I don't like that L. I don't like that L. Spurs, when they play teams like that and it's close, they still get the dub. I know that the Warriors are tired. They looked tired when they were playing. Who were they playing a couple nights ago on ESPN? Man, was it Friday? The Lakers. They was playing the Lakers on Thursday. Yeah. I almost forgot because that won me some money too. But
I think killing them, man.
Yeah, I did. I killed that day.
Killing them right now.
But
so we going to Sizzler.
Exactly, man.
But they looked tired against the Lakers, and the Lakers are a bad team, and the Lakers were really banging with them, yo. So, you know, I think maybe they do need some rest because when they played the Lakers, they were coming off of like 7 games in 6 days, and they are young and they play a real fast-paced offense. You know, maybe it's a little bit of fatigue more than anything.
Mm-hmm. I think it is, man. I think it is, and I think Luke Walton will be smart to rest these dudes.
Hold on, we lost that D-Rock. It went out for.
Oh, my bad. I said I think it is a little bit of fatigue, and I think Luke Walton will be smart to go ahead and start resting these dudes, man. Get these other guys playing time. And just go ahead and let it rock. I don't think the Bulls' record at this point right now is important. I think if they want to win another chip, go ahead and take a page out of Popovich's book, man, because he's getting the boys ready down there. Yeah. So I think that's something that they should look at.
Because Popovich, he will pull you. He don't give a damn who you is, and he don't care about no moneymaker. He will pull you. But again,
they got a good bench, though.
Yeah,
like, they got good players on the. Yo, Sean Livingston and that big ass head of his.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. that's like worth 2 players right there. Yo, you know Sean Livingston got a long dome on him, son. Like that shit is real.
Yo, he got a lot on his mind right now.
He got a lot on his mind, yo. Plus, Harrison Barnes has just recently come back, so they're trying to work him into the offense.
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna have to give, Clay. Steph dropped 38 last night. I just looked at it. You're just gonna you got to give them dudes some time to rest, man.
Yeah.
Listen, it is what it is. Like, if you about to be on the East Coast, you about to be playing a bunch of bum teams. But I know tomorrow night they got to play the Cavs. That's the MLK.
And that's a big game.
That is a big game, and the Cavs definitely want to win that game. And that could be 2 L's in a row.
Yeah.
2 L's in a row for Golden State. So,
one thing that Golden State does very well, they play well under pressure. Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at, good teams, I think basketball, unlike others, NFL, you can still lose those games. People, oh yeah, but to me, like I told Chris and like I tell anybody who watch basketball, All-Star basketball means nothing to me. I'm sorry. Unless it's a key injury or a key trade, it means nothing to me because after the All-Star break, that's when real basketball starts.
Hold on. That Spurs-Cavs game, that was a playoff type game.
Yeah.
That was a playoff type game.
I agree with that. Yes.
That game right there.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's David Blatt or I don't know if it's the leaders on the Cavs, but I thought they did a couple bad things. And I don't know if you watched the game, D-Ruck. I'm assuming you did.
Of course you did.
I feel almost asinine even saying that. I know you watched that game. There was some bad sequences of plays that the Cavs were running in a game that they pretty much had control of until the fourth quarter. I don't know if you feel the same way, D-Ruck.
Yeah. I
do. Just like Seth said, I agree. There isn't too many important games before the All-Star break.
You're right.
But there are key matchups because of the way the league is set up.
Yeah.
In terms of if the Spurs and the Cavs make it, if the Spurs, sweep that season series, then they get home court advantage in that series in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's why that game was the way it was. But like I said, looking at that game, LeBron clearly has problems with Kawhi.
Yeah, man.
Problems with him, man.
Real problems.
Yo.
Like crackhead problems.
It reminds me of when
man.
Jordan used to play against the Cavs and they had Ron Harper before he stopped stuttering.
Yeah.
When Ron was stuttering, he was giving you fit.
Let me tell you something. People be sleeping, yo.
Going.
Young Ron Harper was a problem, yo. He was just good later on in his career.
Even
but
when he was on the Bulls.
When Ron Harper first came into the league, like he had some real buzz on him. Like Ron Harper was legit, yo. That's old.
Yeah,
you gotta be 30 or plus to know about that.
Yeah, true.
You gotta be 30 plus to know about that.
True.
Gotta be. Yo, so there's one other thing I wanted to get into, man, and I'm kind of keeping my eye on because it worries me, man.
What up, man?
Going back to the East Coast, the Chicago Bulls, man.
Yeah, they just lost Joe Kim for like 6 months. 4 to 6 months.
They lost Joe Kim not only for 6 months, but then my thing is they was trying to trade him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So are they really going to sell out and make this Jimmy Butler scene? Because if they lose Joe Kim, he's going for the year. They're probably going to trade him next year. Will they trade Derrick Rose before the deadline?
I mean, you make a good point, D-Ruck, but I gotta, in that point, I gotta ask this question. Is there any doubt that Jimmy Butler is the best player on that team right now?
No.
Cause I don't think Derrick Rose is the best player on that team anymore.
Dropping over 40 points. I'm
gonna say it, biting my lip right now, that Jimmy Butler is the best Bull right now.
That's what I feel.
I hate to say it, man, because it just,
it don't sound right leaving your mouth with Derrick Rose still up there, but you also got to remember Derrick Rose to me, and I could be wrong, but Derrick Rose to me hasn't felt like Derrick Rose for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Granted, the lower end of Derrick Rose is still better than most of the league. I'm not, the MVP Derrick Rose, I haven't seen that guy. I haven't.
Yeah. And that's why I say that Jimmy is that dude now. I'm not going to say Derrick Rose for a couple of reasons. I'm not going to diss Derrick Rose because for one, we on the air For two, you know, a lot of people who's going to be listening to this. For three, he from Chirac. You know what I'm saying? He from Chirac. They get it in out there. Listen, I'm not trying to list Derek out. Yo, for real, no homo. You my man, son. Like, you my man. Jimmy just doing his thing right now. I think you messed up by cutting your hair.
I know.
So, you just, yeah. So, whatever. But yeah, man, I'm concerned about that because, again, it not only changes the complexion of the Bulls, but I think what people fail to realize is that even non-MVP Derrick Rose, if he's traded to another team that needs a point guard, that team can instantly listen. Let's say that he goes to where he was supposed to go and draft it. Say he goes down to Miami.
Or you know what?
Miami becomes better?
Let me tell you something. If Derrick Rose goes to Miami, I feel like and I like Goran Dragic. I really, really like Goran Dragic. I like him a lot. But if Derrick Rose went down to Miami, Miami would instantly become a threat to win the championship. Instantly, I think.
Listen, and the reason I say that, if Derrick Rose goes to Miami, he ain't gotta say nothing to Goran Dragic. All he got to do is pull up YouTube and like, remember this? Remember what I did to you? And then he's on set. But I'm just saying, like, even Joakim Noah, he gets shipped out. Whoever he goes to next year, look at what he brings to the table, man. That's why I love the NBA. That's why I love the trade deadline. Like, I love what people are going to be able to do. But I think him going down, I think what the Bulls are going through, I think it opens it up for a couple other teams in the East. I think it reopens the door for Detroit now. If Detroit gets it back together, I think, again, they become really, really dangerous. Because Andre Drummond is a straight animal. Y'all gonna start respecting this man and his back hair. He is a straight animal.
But you know what, people, don't fret over this because we've seen this about 96, 97. Let's remember Grant Hill. Let's remember when Stackhouse, people were like, it's Jerry Stackhouse. I don't know, man. He ain't Grant Hill. I don't know. And we saw what Jerry Stackhouse did. So when like you said, I love the NBA because it gives everybody a chance. And I love this NBA because it's not like back in the day where you knew who was going to be, in it. It was the Bulls and everybody else. But when you look at it right now, it's like, I don't know. I don't know.
Right now I do know it's three teams. It's the Spurs, Golden State, and Cavs.
Yeah, of course.
I know that for sure right now.
But here's the thing though. When you're talking playoff basketball and you're already talking about, this is when coaching becomes key. When you're talking about coaching, know when to sit guys, know when to play your guys, know when to give them the rest for, whatever game. This is when that becomes a factor. So if you don't know how to play like Popovich does or like Coach Blatt and rest your guys, then when you get to the playoffs, this is going to become the problem. You know what I mean? And again, Golden State, they're going to have to look at teams like Clippers, the Spurs. I cannot wait. And I don't like the Spurs. I don't like the Spurs.
They don't got to look at the Clippers.
They don't got to look at the Clippers?
They don't got to look at the Clippers.
Yeah, but nah.
Listen.
Nah,
they just
man.
won 10 games without Blake.
Yeah.
I know.
And let me tell you something. DeAndre Jordan, he'll punch you in the face real quick.
He'll miss a free throw real quick.
Yeah,
too.
but he gonna make sure that your star player is watching him. He gonna do something funky, and that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like players like that, they can definitely affect the game. But that's why I like this league right now because again, even if teams are not gonna make it, they're gonna affect you because when you are fatigued and you playing a hard fought game, and now you got to go on that team that you just beat, they gave you something. And that other team that you about to play, that's the advantage. And that's what we seen with Golden State because I don't want to say the easier road because, no disrespect to any NBA team, but they played the road less traveled, so to speak, than other teams. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's like you said, Derrick Rose leaving the Bulls. It won't shock me. It would shock me if he goes somewhere other than, where we think he's going to go. Like you said, Miami. But if he go to like New York, I'll be like, I don't know. I don't know.
Ooh, so, what if he does end up with the Knicks? My goodness.
I was just telling my homegirl, she's a Knicks fan. I said, I need a point guard. I was watching the game last night And I'm like, I said, this don't make no damn sense. I was trying, and you know, his name is Porzingis, but they need to put another O.
Kristaps?
Porzingis. That's how you need to say Porzingis. Cause it's like, dude, man, like, get that man some help already. Please, Carmelo, trade his ass, get back some of that money so y'all can get some quality players, man. Come on, man.
We're not dropping one of Clues bombs on that.
Come on, man.
If they trade Melo, then that means Lala is chill, son.
Oh, okay,
You ain't see that episode of Power?
Yeah.
I saw it, D. I saw it.
Yeah. I think every straight man seen it and loved it.
Yeah.
And
they let you know at the beginning of the year that Lala had a sex scene in Power, and I said, I'll be watching.
And KG,
I'll be watching.
And then KG said, Cheerios.
Yeah. Honey nut.
Yo, she honey nuts.
Yes.
I said, let me tell you something. Kanan's son, boy.
A few nuts.
He got
Go ahead.
Kanan's son got some good pussy in that show, boy. I tell you.
Wait, didn't he?
He got Lil Kim and Lala.
Shoot. Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Oh,
yeah,
man. Y'all stupid. You know what? But back to basketball.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about Power to come on later on this year.
Mm-hmm.
But anywho, is definitely shaping up to be one of those seasons where you're like, yo, calling me like, yo, Quet, did you see that? So, did you see what just happened? And I'm at work because I can't get signal. Like, what are y'all talking about? What? Michael Jordan come back? Or not saying that, but you know, something crazy is gonna happen, yo. Something crazy, and it's gonna shake up the game. The game does need a little. It's gonna shake up the game because, like I said, everybody was laughing at LeBron when he's leaving. Listen, man, people want to win, man. People want to win. You know what I'm saying? They overcharge niggas for what they did to AI, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Exactly.
I'm telling you. So, but yeah, that's my point. That's my rant. I feel good. Go ahead, D. Chris, get it, man.
I mean, I don't really got a rant. I mean, for me, as far as basketball is concerned, I mean, you're very valid that, you know, shit ain't even really important until later on in the season. And everybody knows what it is right now. It's the Cavs, the Spurs, and the Golden State. Like, that's where basketball is until somebody shows me something majorly different. I know you like the Clips. I'm not a big fan of the Clippers.
No. I don't.
Or not that you don't like them. That people should, you know, at least consider them.
No, not with that. Let me clear it up, because I don't want to sound like a buffoon here. But they're one of those teams. They're one of those teams that when you play them before you play a big game, they're gonna wear you out physically. Like they kind of got that East Coast mentality. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the West plays like that, you know, run and gun. But when you talk about the Clippers, they play that physical style. So they're going to tire you out. It's kind of like a boxing match. They're going to jab, gut, you know, hit you, make you tired. Yeah, you might win the fight, but think about it. When you fight that next bout, it's going to be a different story. So I just wanted to clear it up. I'm not saying that the Clippers are going to do much damage, but physically, they're going to be a problem.
Yeah. I mean, the Clippers, listen, they could make it to the second round for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, overall, man, it's the season is playing out how a lot of people thought it would be right now. I think the little things that are popping up are making it even more interesting. I think Jimmy Butler, everybody probably saw him as Robin before, but now this dude done turned into Nightwing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Black Panther,
Bruce is dead.
Yeah,
exactly.
Black Panther,
Bruce is dead. Let me turn into Black Panther, a new superhero.
Yep.
Shouts out to the dude that directed Creed for getting that Marvel money because he about to direct Black Panther.
Yes.
And shouts out to Chadwick Boseman being Black Panther because that's gonna be crazy, son.
And
Black
why
Panther's gonna be
why you on that? And I know we talking about NBA, but if you know comics, because I'm just getting into comics, my uncle and Chris, they kind of got me on it. If you look at the parallel to Black Panther and Batman, I'm looking like, damn. It's a lot of parallel there.
There's some parallels there.
It's a lot of parallel. But go ahead, though.
He got a better bitch, though.
Yeah.
Black Panther got a better bitch.
Yeah, true.
And Storm better be in Black Panther. I don't give a fuck. That's his wife, nigga. That better be.
Tell her why you're bad.
I'm going to tell you why I'm bad. Because I like the little young, I like the little young shorty that they got playing Storm in the new X-Men Apocalypse movie that's about to come out. She the same chick that played Aaliyah in the Lifetime shit that everybody was bashing, but she still look good.
Yeah.
Like, so don't get it, don't get it twisted. That's all I got to say about
give that up.
So, but yeah, so Jimmy Butler being, a whole new superhero, and Chirac.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy Butler being a whole new superhero. Chirac is still Chirac. It goes down out there. I think the dip off of certain teams I didn't expect. Like, I didn't expect the Grizzlies to be bad.
Yeah,
like they are right now.
Yeah, they are.
I didn't expect that. The Grizz are bad. Like, they were struggling with the Knicks before they pulled it out last night.
Yeah,
yep.
And that's no Melo. That was no Melo last night, right?
Yep, no
Melo. And they still needed all 37 Marcus All points.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Boston Celtics, for them to continue to be good, I think the Hawks are going to be the Hawks. But again, just the parity in the West, man. The West, it's a lot of tough teams that the Warriors are going to have to contend with. With the Spurs, with the Thunder. Shouts out to my man KD and his nappy head. Drop one of Kuzma's bombs for that.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of stuff going on. It's fun, man. But I think we're about to close out January, best month of the year, because I was born in this month.
Me too, sir. Me too, sir.
The birthday party is coming. Too, so y'all gotta be ready. But we'll talk about that off air.
What's your date?
26, man. Me and Vince Carter.
26, 31st.
Yeah.
How y'all dark skinned niggas born in the damn winter? What kind of shit is
Hey,
this?
listen, man. That's what it is. That's when the best chocolate is born, man.
Damn right.
Cut that out.
Damn right.
So, we gonna see what happens after All-Star break, man. I think it's gonna be fun, but I think the last couple of weeks of this first half of the season is going to be vital, man.
Yes.
Because they're big matchups that a lot of teams have to take serious.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Cavs need this game against the Warriors. They need it tomorrow. Like, it ain't no way to cut it any way short. They need that if they want to really be there.
That's why I think that the Golden State Warriors might lose two in a row, because the Cavs need that dub. Like, they need to say, yo, we beat one of the big teams one time, at least. You know what I mean? Like,
But also, to reiterate what you're saying about how important it is, and going back to what I said, this is where GM say, okay, well, this is what we need before the All-Star break. This is what we need to excel after the All-Star break. Let's move him here. Let's bring him here. This is where the pivotal trades and everything is going to happen, because I think a lot of teams, like you said, they are in contention. A lot of teams are not out of it just yet. But in order to compete, they're
was that a deep ball by Peyton?
This is what we're gonna do. Peyton. Oh shit, we got. Sorry, people. We got a Peyton fan here. But yeah, so it might not mean nothing in the wins and loss column, but definitely when you're talking about a GM looking at how they can get better after the All-Star break, this is it right here.
Definitely,
bro. This is it right here.
Yeah, for sure.
So, do you know offhand who's in the All-Star, who you got already in the All-Star game, and who's your All-Star,
I mean,
guys right now?
In the East, I think you're going to see a lot of the normal. I think you're going to see LeBron. I know you're going to see D-Wade. You may see Chris Bosh. I think it being in Canada, in Toronto, you might get two from the Raptors, so Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan might be on that squad.
Sure.
I think Jimmy Butler would definitely be there.
Mm-hmm.
I think what may surprise some people, a rookie that will get some votes, Porzingis at his position will get some votes.
Porzingis.
So the Knicks, Porzingis. So the Knicks possibly could have two. In the West, it's going to be tough, man. I think it's going to be hard pressed
Everybody.
for certain guards to make it, because my argument with people is always, okay, so if you're talking about guards, like, who do you pick? Does do you go with, like, say you go with Steph? Okay. Do you go with Chris Paul? Maybe. Do you go with Tony Parker? Maybe. But then does that mean that you leave Damian Lillard off the list? Does James Harden make it? Where's Kawhi fit in? So it's a lot of different things, man. I think the All-Star voting, the fans get it right sometimes. I think the big thing that I look for is when the coaches pick the reserves. So That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But the only last point I had to, man, to wrap up the NBA for me is really, man, I just wanted to give a shout out to the Pistons, man, for recognizing and retiring Ben Wallace's number last night, man. I think Ben Wallace and that team, how that team was constructed, what they did, changed a lot of what was going on in the game.
I agree,
I think if we look at what the Spurs are doing right now, what the Warriors do with small ball, and having people that can play different positions and fit, hey, you got to look at the Pistons, man, because they did that. You know, Ben Wallace was a 6'8" at best center.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? And controlled the paint like no other. So I just want to give the Pistons a shout out, man, because that's big, man. I think it's big time that we honor certain players that kind of, you know, that changed the game. Like that Pistons team was a game changer. You know, then
the Wallace boys, that went against the Lakers.
Exactly. You know, the ball don't lie. That's what she said.
Yes.
So, you know what I mean? It goes down. So yeah, that's all I had on the NBA right now, man. But I just felt people keep watching because the season is only getting better, man. And once these trades go through, you might see a new face in a new place that bring your team a chip or close to it.
True.
Very true.
So, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head, man. I think you definitely hit the nail on the head, you know, when it comes to the NBA. So we're going to switch gears here real quick. We're going to talk about boxing. Because a lot of people, they don't know shit about boxing.
They don't know shit. Let me tell you something about him. He don't know shit about boxing.
They don't know
I said too. Boxing. No shit about boxing.
So, could you, well, I mean, if you didn't see the fight last night, it was, Deontay Wilder.
This fight was garbage, but yeah.
And now, who was his opponent?
Oh man, I can't remember this motherfucker.
I'm not like a boxing connoisseur here, but I just know.
I can't even remember his name. It's not worth it because he wasn't a contender anyway. He wasn't even a.
Dude just got knocked out. Yeah. That's pretty much what that added up.
He just wasn't.
But for you to get hit that hard, God,
Dontre could hit. Like I won't take that away from. He lacks some other things that I don't like that would concern me, depending on who he was fighting. But yeah, you know, Dontre got power. He got power for sure. Yeah. So
I mean, the only thing that I will say about it, and Chris, I know this is your field, man. I'm just a bystander on this, but I just feel like the heavyweight division now is like buying Jordans at the flea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They look like they might pass, but once you get up on them, it's like, weirdo.
It's only there's a.
Oh, you crazy.
You know what it is with the heavyweights in boxing? And I get this from Max Kellerman, so I can't take full credit for this, but I agree with him 100%. You know where all the good heavyweight boxers are? Playing football. That's where they all are. They are. They're playing football now. Like, you know what I mean? It's just not, all the boxers, all the heavyweight boxers, they used to play football. They weren't good enough to make it. You know what I mean? So we don't got the absolute cream of the crop for the heavyweight division in boxing anymore. We just don't. And, it shows. Listen, the heavyweight division is not going to look any different for a while. So, I mean, if anybody's expecting for, you to get the same skill set, the same level as you do out of like the welterweights and stuff, that's just not happening. That's just not happening at all. So,
So, what happened last night? Can you give us like a little play-by-play? And it's not going to take long.
Deontay Wilder knocked his ass out. Like, I don't know what you want to say.
I don't know.
I'm
trying to make it last longer than the damn fight.
Listen, if you want to talk about boxing, there's way more interesting stuff to talk about than Deontay Wilder fight. I can tell you that right now. You could talk about, what's going to happen. Kovalev and John Pascal are supposed to fight each other later on this month. And supposedly, and this is a big supposedly, that Kovalev and Andre Ward might actually sign a deal to fight each other. That would be a major fight. That would be a major fight. Obviously you got, Triple G might be fighting, Sanders, and it would give him yet another middleweight title. He would have a total of 4, only missing 2. So that's how many dumbass titles there are. But yeah, he would have a total of 4. If if Saunders actually agrees to fight him, because it's looking like Saunders is going to price himself out of the fight at the moment. But if they fight each other, then Cotto would take another fight just to keep him busy, and then they would fight each other in September. Obviously, a Canelo versus Triple G fight would that'd be the biggest fight. That'd be the biggest fight of the year. There's no bigger fight.
That'll probably be the biggest moneymaker, right?
Of the year. If they fight each other, there's not another, unless Floyd comes back, there's not another bigger fight you can make. So I would say the only fight that could be bigger than that is Pacquiao Mayweather 2. And that's just basically mainly off a name. So
now Pacquiao is going to be fighting Bradley again, right?
He is going to be fighting Bradley, and everybody who thinks like, God damn it, I don't want to see this fight again, they're absolutely valid in thinking that. The only caveat in that is, Teddy Atlas got Tim Bradley fighting a different kind of way. It would not be like the fight that they had before. It would be nothing like that. So, it would be, I think it would be a really good fight. Who will win? I don't know. Tim Bradley still can't take Pacquiao power. We would just have to see, but Bradley got heart for days, so you don't got to worry about that. Who else is out there? Well, you got some Leo Santa Cruz might be fighting Carl Hampton, which would be mega, and that's in the lightweight division. That'd be mega. Leo Santa Cruz, that's my man. Who else we got going out here? They're trying to see maybe a fight with I don't know how to say his first name. Shit, I don't know how to say his last name either. Something like Quigg. I think his last name is like Quigg, but he's from England, and they're talking about a fight with him and Guillermo Rigondeaux. That'd be another big fight. There's a possibility of a lot of big things happening in boxing this year, but as always, you gotta wait and see what the promoter shit's gonna happen, see if these guys are gonna lose some upsets and shit like that.
Okay.
Cool. I just tagged you with something on Facebook, D. I don't know if you're watching because I know you're doing the father thing right here, man. I had put up that.
Shout out to Baby Rock.
Yeah, man.
Shout out.
Yeah. Shout out to him because he always, you know what I mean, quiet. He don't say nothing. He be chilling as long as you feed him. He's straight. He don't need much. You know what I'm saying? He don't.
Just
he
like
don't
his
need
dad.
much. Yeah, I mean that's all you need, man. You give us something to eat, and just give us something to eat. Then we all set.
Yo, but you know what? And we just did our basketball. We just did our boxing stuff. This is exactly why I couldn't bet on Denver Broncos to cover by more than 8. This is exactly why I couldn't do it. This is exactly why I couldn't do it. Everything that's happening goes, and I still feel that the Broncos are going to win. I feel like if the receivers will actually catch the ball that fucking Peyton is putting on them right now, I think they'll be okay. But I can't do it. I can't bet on the Broncos and Peyton.
And just so everybody knows, man, live looking, man, the Steelers just scored again. So game is 10-6 right now.
Should be 10-14. Should be 10-14.
Yeah. We want to see what Peyton's going to do with this game when he get the ball back in a minute.
Maybe 1 out of 2 isn't bad because I got the Steelers. I had the Steelers.
You had the Steelers?
I had the Steelers.
Yeah, you did pick the Steelers. I got to give you that too.
But again, it's not over. It's definitely
there's
over,
so much football left in this game. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
And Denver defense is playing like crap on top of that. Denver defense, I don't know what's going on with them, yo. They need to do something about that.
Yeah.
And there go Michael Vick again in the shot with no helmet on.
Well,
Michael Vick getting
I'm saying, man, y'all gonna bring the Martin back out of me, man. Stop doing that political shit, man. Them dogs is all right. We straight. I don't even want to drop a bomb for that, man. Stop playing with him because that's not right.
Yeah, man. So off topic though, right? So I want to show you D-Ruck, right? And I was looking at this dude from BMF, right? I forgot the dude name. Now this D right here, right? So you got D, okay? And then it's this dude from BMF. Tell me D-Ruck do not look like dude from BMF, yo. Hold on, where's it at? Tell me.
Damn, son.
Yeah, like dude, man. Yo, I gotta put this on Facebook, yo. I'm
man.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yo.
I'm sorry. It was a little tight.
Oh, man.
Yo, I seen that. I was like,
Drop one of the cruise bombs.
yo. There we go. Let me hit. Oh shit. Oh, what the hell is that? I don't know what the hell that was. But I seen that picture. I said, yo, dude look like somebody I know. I said, yo, why dude look so damn familiar? Yo, really, I'm looking at the dude. It was on American Gangsters. And I'm sitting there like, yo, that dude look like somebody I know dearly. Yo, and then you had text me up.
Man.
I said, yo, that look like
man,
Rock.
I had a former life before we got into the sport.
That's why you want Big Meech to get out. Okay, I see it. BMF for life.
Free Meech.
I see
Free
you.
Meech.
I see you. Okay, all right. Yo,
Shout out to Blue Da Vinci.
Yeah, I just had to put that out there. I'm gonna put it on Facebook. I'm sorry, D. I love you, but I'm just letting you know before I do it. I had to let you know. I gotta let you know.
Oh man!
So for the game.
When you sent me that the other day, man, I was dying.
How can that's another drop, yo?
Yeah.
It's another drop, yo.
Steelers look. They're still not a playoff, but you can't say
football.
Steelers. That's
just
true.
A drop, yo.
That's his second drop.
Just a drop,
on
yo.
his fingertips, man. I don't know.
Cleared it out. I mean, look how much daylight he got.
Yeah, that's just horrible. That's just horrible. I could have caught that.
Oh my goodness. And like, first of all, and I gotta take this from my old coach. Why you jumping? You didn't need to jump. You didn't need to jump.
Remember Brick Rick used to jump for no reason?
Yeah,
Yo, we had this.
No reason.
Yeah, we had this kid. He was 6'6", and he used to jump for every pass. Yo, it could be in the chest, and he would jump for it. I don't know why. I don't know. But that's just what's his MO. He used to jump for all the passes. And the coach like, what the fuck you jumping for? Stop jumping. Yeah, you're 6'6".
Yeah,
Cut it out.
Just turn around and catch the ball. So this is everything that scared me about this game is everything that's happening. So
yeah. So, I think we touched everything. You know, I don't want to draw it out unless you guys got something else to talk about. But like I said, I had a great time. Shout
out to Duke. Shout out to Ohio State. That's all I got.
D, go ahead, D. Why don't you give your shouts out, man?
Man, shout out to Green Bay. Shout out to the Cheesehead gang. Mm-hmm. That's how we get down.
Okay.
Thunder up. You know what I'm saying? KD, Russ. Mm-hmm. You know, shout out to Florida State. Shout out to the best college in the world. That is the Hampton University, the real HU. Uh-oh. You know, shout out to the black colleges, man. We don't get enough love, but listen, I'm here, so I'm gonna let everybody know that Hampton is the best university ever created. Because
you went to one of the top 5 black colleges. I went to a black college, and let's just say we need to cut it out, okay? But Hampton, I agree. Hampton is.
Listen, man. You can't get a better home experience where you get some real fried chicken in the calf. That's serious. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then at Hampton University, son. So I got to give it up for my Pirates. Shout out to everybody that's an HU alum or currently at HU. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you studying a little bit because I know how to get down on campus.
Now, I think that they just coming back. I think that they just coming back from break, so they're probably chilling, man. They're probably chilling. But again, I just want to shout out everybody who listened, who get a feedback. Last video, I think got like 24 views. I mean, so we hitting it. That's double than what we usually get. Like I said, that's testament to you guys coming, putting it down, making my dream happen. This is my therapy. I appreciate both of y'all, man, for really keeping the hope alive. And soon we're gonna be on a bigger platform. So
yeah, no doubt.
Let's get ready, man. And everybody else, like D said, man, get your popcorn ready, baby. Get your popcorn ready.
That's it, man.
But
we're gonna get this work.
Yeah, man. Thanks again. I'm your boy Professional Sutton.
I'm your boy Chris G.
And the one and only.
It's the Rucker Report. You know what I'm saying? Jersey all day.
Peace.
Peace.